It's a rainy day. I just got back from the dentist. I'm a little bit numb, but we're gonna make some bread. I just taken Miss Not Persephone out of the fridge last night and fed her, and this is how she is looking today. I have a friend coming to town, so I wanted to have some bread on hand to share with her. We're gonna start with 300 grams of warm filtered water. It's my friend Jazzy's ratios that she had shared with me a few months ago, and I just never went back to my ratios because this one just worked out so much better. So 300 water, and then we do 125 grams of starter, which is probably kind of all that I have. But that's okay. We're gonna do another feed, and I have Franny in the refrigerator in a container. I washed her vessel last night, and I need to get her refed as well. I kind of neglected her last week when I pulled out Not Persephone and Eloise. Oh. Got 110. Come on, baby. Just need enough to feed you, and then it'll be fine. 121. Scraping down to the very last bits of the jar here. This will work out perfectly. Exactly what I needed. So now I'll just throw some water in her and kind of swish her around, and that will be enough to do a refeed on. Next, we're gonna go in with 500 grams of bread flour. I should have mixed that up in a slurry, but oh well. Too late now, isn't it? 500. And lastly, 10 grams of salt. On the mixer, she shall go until we get a nice dough formed. Looks good to me. That is how she's looking. Put her in a different bowl here. Ah! I tell you what, using a mixer versus hand doing everything has saved me so much time. I just love it. It is just not as exhausting to think about making bread when I don't have to do the process manually. And I do not have to do as many stretch and folds because the mixer kind of does that for me. I do still take my aliquot sample, which is just a portion of the dough that we're putting in this container here to monitor our bulk fermentation process. I take the temperature of the dough. She's 91 degrees, nice and hot, the way I like her, because she'll move a little bit quicker. So my sample size is going to be 43 grams. I have a pinned video that has a chart and a little bit more of an explanation on the aliquot sample, but this just takes the guesswork out of my sourdough fermentation process. 43 on the dot. So this dough will just hang out inside of the other dough. Okay. And I'll bring you back in about an hour when I do some stretch and folds. So it's been closer to 2 hours since I put this dough together. I ran and got some groceries. I think we're gonna make some ramen tonight at home. So I'm just going to do a couple little stretch and folds here. I'll probably do another one in about 30 minutes just to build up some gluten strength in this dough, but feels very nice. It is moving along very nicely. The dough is super easy to handle. Now we just need to wait for it to ferment. I'll bring you back in about 30 minutes when we do our second round of stretch and folds. Well, I kind of lied. I did one more round of stretch and folds. I just did not record it, and my dough has been ready to shape for a hot minute. I've just not been wanting to do it. I think she's gonna be pretty easy to handle. I don't think it's overproof by any means. I don't know, sometimes I procrastinate, you know? So let's just get her shaped out. And I did get to the international market today to get some stuff. Ooh, she's kind of warm and sticky. To get some stuff to make pho or ramen and some rice flour. I've been out of that for a minute, so I do have that, and that's what I use to shape as well as score. So let's get our vanitone ready because this might not be super fun to deal with. We'll see. Sleeves up. Ooh, yeah, she's sticky. All right, sorry, I was a little bit negligent. I don't really do a pre-shaping, especially with this lower hydration recipe. It just holds its shape really well, and I've had no issues with a really great oven spring, no matter what I do, I can be like a little bit more abusive basically to the dough, and it will not treat me any differently. Go there. Easy. See, I could have just had this done and not made a big deal over it and been on about my merry way. Ideally going to bed because I'm exhausted. Finally my numbing wore off so I can talk and look like my normal self. This is going to be nice. I think my friend Jen is coming back tomorrow at some point, so I plan on baking this tomorrow, probably in the morning. It's 9:45, so that'll give her plenty of time to go through the cold proof process, and I shall bring you back when we bake her. Throw in the banneton. She looks beautiful. In the fridge she shall go, and like I said, I will bring you back when I bake her.